But the question I have is like, is there anything that you like specifically see a program or a goal that you want to implement that may promote more student success or help somebody on the journey that they may follow that you've already traveled? I'm curious what your thoughts are.
Yeah, thank you for that question. The answer is yes. I launched the student fellowship as soon as I got into this position. So we have 50 students working in my office, not physically, but remotely. They're involved across the board. And with those 50 students and my team, we came together and kind of brain dumped all of the policies that we believe, not even policies, we started with what should be true. What are our pain points? What are the challenges? And what do we want to see be different as a result of our being here? So what should be different 4 years from now because we were here? And we actually came up with a list of over 50 things. And now the question for us is, how are we going to be strategic? And some of these are really new things for this board. This board for some time became kind of a rubber stamp board in many ways, because we have a very strong superintendent that has kind of led the charge. But we're kind of turning the page on now being a board that is keeping our administration accountable, because yes, we've come a long way, but we've got a long way to go and we can't get comfortable. And so the answer is we have over 50 initiatives that we are now doing risk assessment and impact assessment. We had a facilitator come in and kind of guide us through the process of what's going to have the biggest impact, and risk-wise, what can we actually pass? But to answer your question, what will be different is we will have a more equitable school district. What does that mean? We will move significantly. I know we can't do it in 4 years, but we will move to closing the achievement gap. We have schools in my district that are considered incredibly well-performing schools. And when you look at subgroup data, there's a 60 percentage point achievement gap between our Black and white students at those high-performing schools. So who are they high-performing for? So really digging into the data by subgroup to be able to close those gaps on achievement gap. On mental health, we see our current ratio for across the district is 500 students, more or less, to one counselor. That's completely inadequate. Even our best counselors can't actually do a great job if that's their workload. And so lowering that ratio so that students can get the support they need. And then we're doing a deep dive, which is why I was sharing earlier. I'm doing a certificate at Georgetown actually on education finance, because I do believe at the end of the day, where we put our money is our value statement and it is our strategy. I don't care how many programs we have on paper. If we're not funding them, then they're not really what we're actually doing. And so I don't have the answers for you yet on what will be different when it comes to budget, but it is a huge focus of mine that we're doing a super deep dive in. And simultaneously, because we are launching on the 5-year strategic plan process for our district, our team has put together a listening campaign of over 1,000 stakeholders, which we're wrapping up at the end of April. So we are going to merge those 50 ideas we have with everything we hear from those stakeholders. And that will really, by this summer, we will have our policy roadmap of, and I'll be able to share with you, like, these are the policies we're fighting for, and this is how they will get done, and this is what will be different because of them.